This is still April 12th, 2023. Still going on. I went up to Ravenna. I gave a statement. People scatter because the investigators up there, some of the detectives, and then the guys in the bar across from the courthouse used to help be part of the Protective Life people. And they got a hold of the guy that was supposed to be over where I stayed. The guy over, they called him out over the house. Gave my file for care around the house to the lady officers in the Ravenna courthouse when I went up to report Dave. And I spoke to Abigail Watkins. So I go up there, I give him a statement how Will's using this to infiltrate the gang and da 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 da. Okay. People are scattering. And I get done with all my statements and I go down to Walmart 62. I get first I go to Burger King, go use the bathroom, get something to eat. Then I go inside Walmart 62. Guys are walking around me by the bakery. She went up and said stuff outside Ravenna. We were looking to see if their police were involved. They said we better start taking care of this. Okay? And they're rambling. Alright? And I keep getting away from these people. Okay? Because they're more drug dealers. Just coming up and saying stuff. Okay? Because other investigators, you wouldn't know they were there. Okay? The undercover police, if they have to say something to me, they'll come up and say something. And they are ID'd as officers, and other police officers in uniform know them as police. Okay? Or they're known as the security people for this. Alright? By the police. Alright. So, I get home. I get my parking spot. I go to get out of the car. I live on North Chapel. The road right after that is Chapel Ridge. There's a white building on the corner. Adjacent, it's in the same parking lot I am. And then there's a brick building. Now, last year at this time, they told the guy that helped torture me, that smothered me, okay, that they made everything up on me. And it was all them and not me. He wailed, but we raped her. Well, it was all them. And he wailed, and he laughed, because he almost killed an innocent person. Okay? The guy that smothered me. Okay? Some fat old guy was out there. Judge Pete said there's no way it could have been photoshopped. When I talked to the police, anything can be photoshopped. Okay? They already admitted to photoshopping it. More than 10 people told on him, and then they admitted it personally. More than once. And I was so mad. It's like, you do realize, are you going to testify against retired Judge Pete? That he's in it with the Detroit boys? Huh? Human trafficking people like the retired judge in Florida or the retired judge in Texas that killed himself? Are you going to go down with him then? Let me guess. The retired judge wrote the court order to watch me before the fake paperwork, where he has no authority. No authority. Once you retire, you turn in your license. It expires. You're retired. You're not active. You're not sitting. You're retired. You have no authority. It's like President Trump. He was a former president, but he has no authority. He can't sign laws. He can't sign bills. He just used to be president. Like Pete used to be a judge. He has no authority. Did he write up the fake paperwork to make it look official? Fake court order watch me when there's no such thing? See, people forget. We live in the United States of America. You have a right to privacy to be safe and secure in your own home. And no searches, no seizures without any probable cause warranted with oath or affirmation. They have to give you Miranda rights. They have to offer you an attorney and tell you why you're there so you can lower it up. But to actually watch you in your home, police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start. It's entrapment. It's a legal search and seizure otherwise, and it's thrown out. Oh, they know that. You also have a right to remain quiet. You have a right to an attorney, a right to a fair court trial, bail and bond, a right not to be mistreated, freedom of speech, a freedom of religion, freedom of press. You have a right to vote, too. You have a right to bear arms. And, want to keep saying? I have a lot more rights. We live in a free country. It's a fake paperwork to make it look official. They want to testify against retired Judge Pete, with the Detroit boys, human trafficking people, like the judge in Florida that's in jail, or the retired judge in Texas that killed himself that's part of the big human trafficking group. He has no authority. He's retired. He's just a human trafficker and a drug trader. You want to testify against him? His kid tried to kill me on 12/21/18. I have a dent in my head. If you think about how it's a bigger circle and then a smaller one, the size of, bigger than a nickel, a little less than a quarter. Maybe about the size of a quarter. It's a hammer he hit me with in the back of that, isn't it? 12/21/18 in protected custody. Someone stabs me in the neck, foggy, hazy, dark, bright light. Felt myself cry. I woke up 6 hours later with bruises all over me. Dent in my head, another man's cones on Dave's restaurant. I got bruises out all over me. Dave's accusing me of an affair. I don't know what happened. I had splitting headaches. And I just so dizzy I couldn't hardly stand up. I'd been out for 6 hours. He tried to kill me himself. And his son, Alex, white-haired guy with his hair parted, spit an image on him. Takes credit for it in January 19 in front of people. That he was part of that assault. They said they even raped me and beat me on their drugs where I had all those bruises. These people think they're funny. They're messed up with the human trafficking and the Detroit boys running the biggest scam down here. And these people are Riris. They have no IQs. They think it's funny that drug traders and drug dealers, human traffickers that are killing people, are getting away with it and then laughing at the victims they leave alive or their family members. It's like, is there lead poisoning in the water that affected your brains? Like they said, they'll use the case to infiltrate that gang. He doesn't care who gets hurt. As long as he gets them. He'll sacrifice everybody. Someone needs to stop him. And then they need to hide him. Because they are threatening his life now, too.